Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wake up, YouTube. This is your wake up call. This is your wake up call. This is Mary at the.meri.atelier. And I got black paint on me already this morning. This is Mary at the.meri.atelier. And today's Thursday. And it is July the 18th. Oh my goodness, how did it get to be July the 18th? So I worked and have been working on these little ATCs from Aunt Beck's Dirty Dozen. Yeah, I'm ready to do the finishing touches. What it is I used the little squirrels that were on the napkins. I did the prompts, but basically everything got covered up. I love the backs because I got this sort of a wash on the back from the drippy mess that happened, and it warped my board here. So I'm going to have to take this off, but later this morning. So I'm going to turn these over and stamp on the back, and then I want to use my black fine liner and go around the edges here. Hi, Kendra. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? I have some fails. That didn't quite turn out for me. I cut this wrong right here. So these will go into my art journal. And here are my little squirrels that I cut out of the napkin. And what I found on these is when you put your napkin down on an area like this, the napkin's so thin that it will just almost absorb into your area. So if you collage your napkin down on a little piece of white paper, it's much better, and then you fussy cut it out and put it on your ATC. Now, I am doing 18 of these ATCs. So to do that while we're doing the ATC takes too much time. It's just something you just have to hold and work on later. As you can see, this is what I came in, and I put my little squirrel down in here, and they weren't showing up like I wanted them to. So afterwards, I worked on doing that. See, I cut him wrong. So I had to mend him, but all of this will go into my art journal. Good morning, ladies. Hi, River City. Good morning, ladies. Today is Thursday already, and the 18th of July. I can't understand how does it go so fast? And it's hot. We're getting heat index warnings. Oh my. And I have to go run errands today. We did go grocery shopping yesterday, but brother likes to get in and out, so all my little business things I have to do get saved for another day, which is today, because I got to get it done. So I will be gone today. Let's clean my hand off here. Yeah. Oops. Well, yep, this board is really warped. So good morning to everybody who's watching. Hello. I did film this last night, but let me tell you, I fell asleep while it was processing. I didn't wake up till the alarm woke me up this morning. I didn't wake up until the alarm woke me up. Now, where do you think I did with my... Oh, don't you guys fall. I'm looking for my ink over here. I know it's here. These are the napkins I use. They're really cute little napkins. I got them at that garage sale I went to last week. They're really cute. You get 4 napkins on four images on it, 6 images. They're really cute, sweet napkins. Oh no, you get 4. You get 4 on each side. You get 8. So I'm very happy with these. I might put this one in my journal, even though it's kind of a fall theme. Um, I'm going to go ahead and do it because our ATCs will not go out until mid-August anyway, so we'll be thinking about fall. So let's go ahead and stamp off a stamp here. I like getting up in the morning and doing art. I like getting up in the morning and doing my art, getting it done. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So I've been stamping them sort of toward the front here. Hi, Anne. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Let's go ahead and find you on my little phone here so I can see the chat better. Yeah, I filmed this last night, but I fell asleep while it was processing. Oh. Good morning, ladies. Anne, are you still in, what did you say, Nova Scotia? Are you still up that way? Is it cool or hot up that way? I'll tell you, we've got heat warnings out, weather watches for the heat. We pretty much stayed in. We had to go out and get our groceries yesterday, but I have to go out today. I need to water my flowers. Do that before it gets too hot. I think I counted and I had 14 good ones. 14 good ones out of 18 is pretty good. That means there's only 4 that didn't turn out so great. And I'll have to show you, I did work along with Becky on the doodles last night. I'll have to show them to you. I got in there just in time to finish them up while she was working. Becky's been doing doodly borders on her Wednesday night stream. I kind of like that because that gives me time to finish up things here and still get to her live stream in time. And then I can catch up on the borders. I can catch up on the borders if I need to. later on. And next week, I think she said she's going to do outdoors or nature themes, like bears and I don't know. They were naming a whole bunch of things that they could do. I just said bears. I don't think that was one of them, but so I'll be doodling along with Becky on the borders. I had to laugh because I heard her say that she wasn't going to do the illuminated one. She said she was pretty sure Mary suggested that one, but it does get pretty intricate. Although you can make them easy, but then later on she said she'd have to look and see. So I wish somebody would do some illuminated washi tape. I mean, really fancy stuff. And then every time I say that, they'd say, well, Mary, go design it. If you want it, Mary, go do it yourself. All right. So let's see how this works this morning. Let's see how this works. Yeah. At least I can do let's do it on here so you can see what I'm doing. Boy, this board is really warped. I really had a mess here on my desk last night. I mean, this was just water, solid water. I was doing that dripping and I was really hitting it with water because my paint was so thick. And so this morning, my board down here is warped. It's not level and it's really kind of hard to work on. So I'll be taking that off. I should flip it over and work on my Fibsville. I'll have to flip it over and see what it's like on the other side. What you guys are saying out there. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. She decided to stop lurking. Well, thank you, Nancy. And say hi to all of you from Quebec, Canada. Well, good morning, Nancy. We don't mind you lurking, but thank you for stopping in. You know, I lurk. I lurk a lot in Dee Dee's stream for two reasons. First of all, I'm kind of tired because, well, let's see. This is Thursday, so she's not on. But sometimes after I stream in the morning and then I go over to Dee Dee's stream, I fall asleep. So, but I've got her going on my phone. And she's just chattering away in the background. And then sometimes I lurk just because, I feel sometimes like when I pop in there, I feel like I kind of interrupt what she's doing sometimes. And I don't really like becoming the focus of, So, of course, Dee Dee stops and says hello to as many people as she can. But sometimes I feel like I become more of a disturbance to the stream than just getting in there and enjoy it. So I just like to sit and enjoy sometimes. But sometimes I'll break up I'll get in there and say hello and She did. Now, I didn't watch her so much yesterday because we had to be gone. But I love it when she does her drawing. She did a Your Town drawing. I think she was focusing over in England, I believe. But I like it when she draws. I like it when she does the book reviews. I like it when she does the Society of the Idea Collectors, which she's kind of stopped doing. Dee Dee, did you run out of ideas? You need a mind map. Maybe we should have a good mind mapping session. You haven't done that in a long, long, long time. Of course, she's not listening to me. She's a busy lady. But I do miss her Society of Idea Collector videos. Well, Mary, you haven't done a Society of Idea Collector mind map for a long time either. What's with that? But I've been doing the lists. I've been focusing on the list. The gals who come to my streams on Friday night, they do really good lists. I call them lists with the twist. And I'm getting quite a collection of lists, which is really nice. So I might focus on some mind maps, a couple mind maps. See if we can't come up with some sort of an art piece off of it sometime, off of the lists and the mind maps and such. Now I'll document these off camera. I'm just doing the art here, the outlining and the finishing. But the documentation will happen off camera. A little paint there. I need to go in and put her eye in though. So I hope everybody's having a good week. Today's Thursday already. I can't believe how fast things go. It's 70 there in Nova Scotia and wonderful. Anne says, wow. Good morning, everybody. Kendra and River City and Anne and Kimberly and Nancy. Good morning, ladies. And I know some of you watch from bed, so that's understandable. It's not time to get up yet in your world. I have to go in and draw in her right eye because this is one of the first stamps that I carved. One of the first stamps that I carved. And let me tell you, it's pretty hard to carve these tiny, tiny faces. And I did this off of an eraser. I didn't do it off of a nice carving material. So I goofed on her eye, but I like the stamp. So I go in afterwards and draw in her eyes. There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. I'll stop today, and there's this little quilt shop where I'm going today to run my errands. I have to go to the bank and to the library. Maybe I'll do some thrifting, although I really don't need to go thrifting anymore. I got to be careful of the stuff I bring home. I went to that garage sale. Oh my, I got those samplers. That's really what I wanted. And those table napkins and books. And okay. So, and then on here I write artist trading card, pocket letter swap at Beck's Creations, and then I'll put my name and date, and then I'll sign it and put TheMeriAtelier. So what I want to do here, though, one more thing before I put them away for this morning, is see, I'm going to get a little. I'm going to stop at that little quilt shop, and they sell beads, but they also sell these tiny brass charms, and they're inexpensive. They are not expensive. I'm wondering what will happen if I do a gold border instead of a black one. Let's try that on one of these goofy ones. I'm not sure. This one I cut too small. I'm not sure I like the gold. I don't think it'll show up much. I think I like the black better. It makes my image pop out. So let's go back to my black here. Let's see if this will work on here. My paint was wet last night, so I had to let it dry overnight. But I think I can do a nice black border this morning on these, on the front. Yeah. And then like this will just all be, I put this in here, the black around here. Not only, this is supposed to be a sunflower. The very first prompt was flowers. And I don't know, birds and bees and flowers and butterflies seem to be the images that we use a lot on our Dirty Dozens and Pick 10s. And I go, oh, a flower. What am I going to do for a flower? So I did a sunflower in the background. And I have to tell you, I did the prompts. I can't tell you what they are on that. Well, I did write them down. But by the time you get to the 12th prompt and then work with it to get what you want to do, it pretty much gets covered up, the prompts. I really do kind of think that 12 prompts for these ATCs, especially if you try to get each prompt on each ATC, is a little bit too much. You're kind of filling in. But then again, you can pick and choose, I think. I don't think Becky cares. What I like about the prompts is they're a stepping off platform for you to do your art. And like one of the alternates was, I had to laugh. I don't know who suggested it. Do the gold, silver, and copper, And I really, if I were doing a prompt session, I think I would automatically make one of my prompts a wild card. Just have that option to go do what you want to do or what your card needs done. But at the time, however, we're pretty lenient on these. I mean, it isn't like you have to do every prompt and you have to do, like I said, the prompts are jumping off spots. Yeah, I'm liking these. I am liking these. All they need now is and I was thinking about a quote to put on them. And I thought about the quote, oh, nuts, oh, nuts, oh, nuts. And I think that's a quote from World War II. I don't know if it's a movie quote or if some general actually said it, but somebody said, oh, nuts. And I thought maybe I'd put that on there. I don't know. I'll have to see. And then for a one word, Hi, Patricia. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, ladies. If I was going to do a word on here, I was thinking about the word prepare. Like a little squirrel will start in the fall going in and gathering his nuts and hiding them for winter. And I think and these will go out in mid-August. So I think of fall, these squirrels are, even though I'm doing these in July, by the time we send them out, we'll be thinking fall. Oh dear. I can't believe this is the third week in July already. We've only got 6 weeks before we're starting to think about the leaves turning again. That's not fair. We didn't get much summer. Oh, we're getting summer now because we're getting heat. So don't complain, Mary. We got a lot of rain in Nebraska. We got a lot of rain this year. But I think the heat that we're getting now will really help ripen our tomatoes. I'm looking forward to having some tomatoes out of the garden. We had our first zucchini for supper last night. I made my cream cucumbers. Our peppers aren't producing for some reason, probably because it got too much rain. Our not our zucchini, but where's that goat Tim? Let me take that out. Sweet corn. I told my brother to plant the sweet corn in a different spot this year, so he did. Half of it's under the shade tree, so it's not producing, and he's mad at me. I didn't tell him to plant it under the tree. I told him to move it to the other side of the garden because he needs to rotate his crops. I've been telling him he needs to fertilize his garden. He isn't going to listen to me now. We've had onions. His radishes kind of bolted on him. We did get a few radishes. So we've been enjoying the garden. Eggplant has blooms. The eggplant has blooms, so we're hoping to have the eggplants. I think this one is pretty well outlined. Over here. Yeah, this will look cute with I'm thinking either the word prepare or the quote, "Oh nuts," on these. And I'll have to think about it. I'll have to look and see if I can find that quote. Oh, nuts. Susan, God gives the nuts, but he doesn't crack them. Oh, I love that. He gives us our nuts, but he doesn't crack them. That's a great quote. I can't get that all on here, though, but I love that. Hi, Patricia. She's going to listen. Good morning, Patricia. Thanks for listening in. Anne is here. Susan's here. Kendra's here. Nancy Forsley is joining us this morning. She's from Canada. I'm going to have to write your name down in my little red book, Nancy. River City is in here. Kendra, River City, and Kimberly 557 is here. Susan Gerald. Yeah. Good morning, ladies. Mary got some rest last night. All righty. I think this is my last one. I'm really curious. I'm going to go see if I can find that. I fell asleep watching my video process last night. Yeah. This is on Wiki, so I think I can share. It's common domain. Anthony McAuliffe? Is that how you pronounce that? McAuliffe? I always pronounce things wrong. Nuts. His quote was nuts. He was a United States Army general who was the acting division commander of the 101st Airborne Division troops defending Bastogne, Bastogne, Belgium during World War II's Battle of the Bulge, famous for his single-word reply of nuts in response to a German surrender ultimatum. Nuts. This article is about a military figure. Yeah, and if you have a quote, you can go to WikiQuote to help by expanding it. So it gives quotes. So, nuts. I think that's all I'm going to put on here is nuts. We don't want to close everything. We just want to close this. Oops. Oh, come on. There. Nuts. Nuts. Oh, I should have. I could still get. Hold on a sec here. Hold on a sec. Let's just go over here. And hopefully this will turn on this morning. Yeah. Let's give this quote out. And let's see, we want to format, size, okay. Extra small, large, medium. Okay, let's print some. I need it's not printing on for me. Why is this not printing? It looks right. It's not coming out. Yeah. Huh. It's not printing on that. I don't know why. Might be a bum cartridge. Do I have another one here? Handy and available. I don't think I'll do that later. I don't want to fool with it. I would like to get it done, but let's turn this off. Unless I can find one fast. Let's see one closer. I have to clean this desk off. It's driving me crazy. You give yourself more space and you'll use it. You'll fill it up. You'll fill up every bit of space that you have. Huh. Well, I don't see one of those close by, so I'll do the labels later. I want to put the word nuts on this. I'll do the word when I put I'm going to little brass charm on them. So those will be done maybe tomorrow. So let's get the old art journal out. I'm not going to need to do a calendar page because I did all my calendar pages through the end of the week. Yay. Okay. Let's have a sip of coffee. I got all these little bits of napkins left from the stream last night. Let's collage those down. I got a lot of them because I did 3 napkins and then I didn't like them on the base of the ATC because they weren't showing up, so I did 3 more napkins. So that created a large amount of napkins here. All right. So let's just get in here. There's my calendar page. It needs some work. It needs some work. I was going to show you Becky's. This is the ATCs that I did doodled along with Becky last night. She did buttons. And I had to hurry up and catch up with my buttons, so they're not the best. I might go back and do them. And then half circle, and Becky was making loops out of them, so I kind of played with doing that. Hearts, I played with putting hearts in hearts. Boxes within boxes. Wood. This is like wooden boards. I think it was supposed to be like tree bark or something. I can't remember. But we made wooden boards. And I like the little stick kitties down here. We can see them very well. Right in here, stick kitties. Flying saucers and arrows. So that was week 3 from Becky's doodle borders. I'm working on borders on week 2 for my colonial borders. I'm working on those. I haven't had much time. I've been busy this week. And go back here further. Here's Becky's week 1 and 2 borders. Good morning, everybody who's watching. And this over here, as you get over it a little in here, are my week 1 colonial borders. So it's turning in to do borders. Here are my little pocket pal gals. I think I'm going to carve her. I like her. I think I'm going to carve her on a stamp. I don't know if I'll do that this morning. Here's the stamp that I carved for Becky. But what I want to do is get to a blank page here. Let's get to a page I can collage on. Maybe I can collage in here. That might be a good background to collage on. I want to collage all those napkins down. And let's go down one. There. And let's just use this stuff up. Oh, this is a big piece. And I got a little got my tape that I was using to pull off the backs. Maybe I'll put this one over here. I'll take one of these papers and if that's a page that's in, let's take one of these papers here and put over here to keep it from getting there. So start collaging these guys in and just maybe, I'm not sure exactly if I want to fill the whole. You know what I'm thinking? Where's that yellow piece that I was using? I set it aside. Let's grab a. Oh, when we went shopping yesterday at the store, I got these vinyl erasers, Simply Done, PVC and latex free vinyl eraser. Now these are not, they don't say high polymer. They say vinyl. I'm going to keep those out. I might test those this morning. Here's that yellow piece. I'm thinking, no, come on. I'm thinking I might collage on here and make a pocket page. That would be fun to do. Why not like no, we'll just collage it there. Let's do that. And then I'll make a pocket page over here or over here maybe and collage on there. Yeah. Let's do that. So let's just get started here. And let's see. Let's grab a old towel here and clean off my brush that it was in the glue last night. I put it in the water. I'm going to have to fill my glue pot pretty soon. And I'll put this over here. Get out my glue pot. Let's just start collaging this down. I guess we're going to collage on this side. Wasn't really the side I was intending on using, but that's the way Meri does things. Oh dear. Let's just put this right down on top of it if I can. Coming down. You can see the lines underneath, but that's okay. Can't see them too clear. It's just going in my journal. Let's fold this under. I meant to collage it on the cleaner side, but oops. Oh, dearie me. That's the way it rolls. You spent the night in Sydney and will drive back to Halifax today. Nancy, I live in Florida. Somebody said that, not me, Susan said. Oh, God gives the nuts, but he doesn't crack them. Susan said that's not her quote. Somebody said it. I could put that quote on this page my collage page. Painted on there. I think I'll use that quote, Susan. God gives the nuts, but he doesn't crack them. I think I'll use that this morning. Oops, there goes my phone. Landed on the rug, so it's okay, but all right, we're just going to set this aside and let it dry a little over here. Put my heat away. Use my phone out here. Come on, phone. Yeah. I don't want to put anybody in timeout. Oh, I put Susan in timeout. Oh, Susan, I'm sorry. My phone dropped. Oh, no. She won't come back now. Susan, my phone dropped and put you in timeout. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Susan. Oh, no. Oh no. That's horrible. I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble now. I'm so sorry. That's what happens when I don't have enough room and my phone drops and I clear off space to work in and then I fill up the space that I clear off. That's just, I need to take an hour and clean right before I go live so that I have room on my desk for things. Oh, Susan, I'm so sorry. I hope she comes back. I hope she's not mad at me. Well, Mary, I gave you a quote. It wasn't my quote. You put me in timeout for giving you a quote. I didn't put you in timeout. My phone put you in timeout. It dropped on the floor and it landed on the rug, and that rug must have some enough of a touch to it that it landed on your name and put you in timeout. Oh, Susan, I'm so sorry. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Let's keep going with these. Let's put this here. Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad now. It was my phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Honest, it was my phone. Let's see, if I put this, over here, I think what I'm going to do, let's take these squirrels and put them here, because I've got some pretty bad marks on here. Let's see if I can cover up. Let's see if that'll work. Blame my phone, Susan. Yeah, that works pretty good. You can still kind of see them. And then in here, my Penelope is peeking through. Let's see if I can't. Hide Penelope a little more up in here too. So that'll go in there. And let's see, let's put some. Hi, Laura. Laura, I'm in trouble this morning. I put Susan in, my phone dropped and it put Susan in timeout. She hasn't come back yet. She has to wait 5 minutes before she can come back in. It was my phone. It was my phone. Let's see, I'm trying to decide where I want this to go. Right about in there. So, coming in my stream sometimes can be dangerous. I need to clean this. Well, I need to do a lot of things today. I really do need to take some time and straighten up my craft room, my studio. It's not a craft room, it's a studio. I'm just using up my napkin I did my ATCs for Aunt Beck last night. I used this cute little squirrel napkin. Cute little squirrel. And I figure by the time we get the ATCs to everybody, it will be fall. Or going on to fall. We'll be thinking about fall. Yeah. Let's get a bigger one. Maybe this one. What's this one doing? Let's put this one. Let's put this one right here. Susan! Susan! I'm so sorry. I apologize. 5 minutes is a long time when you're in the corner. I got put in the corner when I was a little girl for waving at my sister, my older sister, at small school. I probably have told this story before. It was one of my first days at school, first year. I remember this day very vividly, though, because my older sister was there to help me get rid of all the scary parts of going to school. And she's 7 years older than I am, but she was out in the hallway getting a drink of water, and we were sitting in our little green chairs up in front of the room, and I could see out in the hallway, and I waved at my sister. Hi. I guess I was being disruptive. The teacher put me in the corner for waving at my sister in the hallway. Oh no, I was just waving. And I've been disruptive ever since. Oh, those hangouts, Mary. First time's in the hangout, she just chattered away. And then when I did the tube book with Lisa and Tanya, I was their guest when they did the tube book, but they did it on Tuesday night, and I couldn't talk, and everybody thought that they were putting me in timeout. Let's see. Do I want to keep going here? I think I do. I'll just put it up here. I'm just using up my scrap because I've got scraps. Driving me nuts. Oh, I could put these little squirrels. Should I put them up there? Because I'm going to have pockets down here. I'm going to have a pocket in there. I don't know. Maybe I could put them on here again. It might be too much, but I think I will. We'll see what happens. Using up my scraps. We'll see what happens with them. Let's get this one on up here. There. Susan, thank you for coming back in. Thank you for understanding. It was my phone, Susan, and my phone dropped. And it landed on your name. And it put you in timeout. Oh, dear me. My phone is not a very good moderator. Let's put one down in here. Yeah, see, it's going dark on me. I don't know if that'll dry. Let's try to dry it. Watch the phone, Mary. Let's see what happens when it dries. They're going dark on me. Dry a little bit lighter. They're just hiding their nuts. I guess you can still see them. My camera's my book. Let's move my camera. I don't know how, I guess it's because I moved my book. I thought I had this all situated. It's not what I wanted. I should have put that on white background. That's what happened to me last night. Now you might be able to see these, but these are pretty dark in here. In real life, it gets pretty dark. I guess you can still see them. But I didn't like that on my ATCs, so I took a strip and put them down on white paper and fussy cut them out. It worked a lot better. When I look in the camera, they look okay, but when I look at them in real life, they look really dark. A couple more strips here to glue down. This was from 6 napkins. Let's see. Well, yeah, let's put it there. Oops. And let's take, I want to finish one off over here. Yeah. Off of me. God gives the nuts, but he doesn't crack them. Let's see, I think I'll put it this way and let it. See, that blew off too. Where'd you go to? Do I have any other pieces over here? I don't think so. I don't like how dark they went. Heat gun alert. Hi, Nina. Yeah, they're autumn colors. Nina, I did my ATCs. What did I do with them here? I did my ATCs. That's an ATC that I'm going to do for the little squirrel is cracking nuts. I got that on a napkin. And I figure if we mail these pocket letters out the 3rd week in August, we're going to be thinking fall pretty, we're going to start doing fall themes. So I went ahead and used my napkin in my Dirty Dozen last night. Because I had it. They're pretty little napkins. They're pretty little napkins. Whoops. They're pretty little napkins. But I just wanted to use the squirrel on the ATC. So I have all this. I tore off the top and the bottom part, and that's what you see on my page here. That's what you see here on my page. Yeah, they're very fall-themed napkins. But he's getting ready for winter early, I guess. I don't like how dark these are. I don't know if I can bring them out with some. I might mess it up, but I can always put another napkin on it. Where's my gold pen? Some gold in there. I don't know if this is going to work. I suppose if I do it all the way, it might. Shows a little better. Shows a little better. And if I make it like a band, it might work. I really do like playing with these gold Krylon paint pens. They're fun to play with. I get them at the Big G. I don't see them in the art stores. But they're Krylon and they're paint pens and they're gold metallic. I think you can get a silver one, and then you can get other color of paint pens. Maybe he needs a little more. But I love the shine on these things. Put that right down in there. All right, that's, and you know what? Let's put a line here for the border. This one's getting used up pretty good. This one's getting pretty used. Gold border there. Well, that's how it's going to be. And oh, a little pocket pal here. Looking for tape. Let's just tear that off. Yeah, I have to run errands today. It'll be hot. It will be hot, but I think I'll do a little thrifting. Maybe. We'll see. And let's see. Let's take my glue. Go around the edge. pull the tape. Come on. I got the whole thing. I really don't need anything as far as art supplies. I need some paper towels. Oh, you know what I want to get? I want to get some of that rubber gasket. I want to get some of that rubber gasket that Vicki Ross was carving on in our hangout. There we go. You can't see them too well, but if I bring it up closer to, there you go. There. They're kind of peeking out. It's not the best, but it's just doing an extra page. Now I got these. Actually, let's see what I can do here. Actually, I could put these on here. I got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, they're supposed to be lighter. And these I glued down on paper, white paper. I think I'll put those. They show up much better. I think I'll just glue these down. These are kind of failed ATCs. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. They're fails. They are fails. Let's see. Let's use my tacky glue. Get the gunk off of the lid here. Come on, gunk. Hopefully that'll do it. Yeah, as far as needing anything, I don't need anything as far as art supply. I've got plenty of glue. I would like to get some more of that Joann's Ms. Sparkles tape. But they haven't been stocking it. They know I like it, so they don't put it out. It's a conspiracy against Mary. It's a Mary conspiracy. Yeah, right, Mary. I'll have to see what's on sale at Hobby Lobby today. I really do kind of want to go, but the only thing I would probably head right for is the Tim Holtz aisle. Maybe the die cuts. I'd love to be able to get some of those steampunk die cuts, but I don't think that they're carrying them. Oh, I really don't need them. I really don't need them. I need to use what I have and be happy with it. All right. So this is a pocket. Pocket page here. Yeah. Let's improve these, but let's this goes back on my stack of ATCs. Let's finish what I'm doing here. Actually, what I could do, maybe, where's my paint pen? Let's see if I can improve these a little. Just do some sunflowers. See, that helped them a lot, didn't it? I was scribbling on them. I had to mend these. I had to mend them. I cut in the wrong spot, so that's why I'm not using them. They're fails. They are fails. And this one I cut too small. I don't know why I did that. The others are the right size. I'm not sure what was happening there. All right, so let's go. And what I do want to do, though, is go to Walmart and get some more of these metallic pens. You can get 4 of them for like $2, or it used to be $2. I don't know what it is today. But I really like how they go on here. I'm liking my metallic, or at least I like this one. Let's grab this. Do some sunflowers in there. I might have to fix that a little. Where's the others? The sunflowers are very Augusty. We get all the sunflowers in August. That improved these a bunch. Now I'll get out my big old marker here. And outline my sunflowers. Kind of liking that. Kind of liking them. So sometimes you can take a mess and just paint over your mess. The mess is on the behind. Sometimes if you just keep working with stuff, just keep working with it, and it will turn out, so to speak. We hope. At least I can use it still in my art journal. There we go. I think I want to put my quote on there, but I think I can. Let's just leave these over here for now. Let's write the quote that Susan said this morning. She said she didn't say it. Somebody said it, but she just quoted it. Hi, Linda. Hello, Linda. Good morning, Christy. Hi, Mina. Let's see. Last week, Mina says I'm buffering. I'm buffering. Mary says I'm buffering. Let's clear all that out. Get rid of YouTube. I'm getting rid of you. Now I'm going to open everything up again. Been a buffer monster's been hitting us quite a bit lately. Mary, I need your help. What's going on, Linda? What's going on? How can I help you? You're usually helping me. What's up, Linda? I'm trying to make a coffee bean stamp carving. Oh, cool. Well, let's see. What my first reaction would be is to go to Pixabay, which you can get free images, browse image, and let's put in coffee beans. COFFEE space BEANS. Let's see if anybody's posted pictures of coffee beans. Oh, look at all these coffee beans. Let's see what would be a good one for a stamp. Maybe in here or in there. Are you doing just one coffee bean? This is what they look like. I'm on the, whoops. What went to the wrong one? I'm on Pixabay. I've got the little app, but you can just go to Pixabay. PIXABAY. Let's see what she's saying to me. Multiple beans. I'm looking at it and do not know what to carve away. Well, I would carve, you know what I'd carve is I'd carve the outline first. Let's see. You know what? Let's try on the, I got this vinyl eraser yesterday, Linda, at the grocery store in their little office aisle. And I was wondering how this would carve. So let's draw a coffee bean on here. Look, I'll do a coffee bean carving with you. I'll come back to this. This can be resting for a while. Let's draw a coffee bean on here and see if we can multiple coffee. Let me zoom in. Plus, over, down, there. Oh, we don't need all those ink pens in here. Let's get rid of those. Or not get rid of them. We're going to move over. Wrong way. Other way, Mary. All right, my stamp is here. So if I work right in here, let's see what we can do here. I was curious of how this eraser would carve. I was going to work on it later this morning anyway, just to see. This is not a polymer eraser. Let's pull my... Oops. I was doing that Yes paste yesterday, and I had to clean my brush, so I put it in water, my palette knife. Now you got me curious, Linda. Not for the coffee bean so much as I really want to test these erasers. see if they're a little bit wider than the Pentel erasers. I paid $1.30 for these, for 3 of them, which would be about 2 cents a piece, maybe 40, almost 42, up around in there, 43, 42. So we're going to draw some coffee beans in here and figure out what to carve away. Maybe I'll practice on here. Let's see what the back of this is like. Simply done. Oh, this is got that. Wow, they really wrapped this up. Alrighty, let's get a pen. Yeah, I've got all these little scrappies on here. Drive me nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Mary's going crazy with all the scraps. Crazy scraps. All right, let's get the pen out. Now, I would imagine you would want your coffee bean stamp to go horizontally, or at least mine is. I guess you could do it that way. It'd be a little bit harder depending on the width of your stamp and everything, but my stamp is only an eraser. This width. So let's go look at the coffee beans again. On Pixabay, if you Google coffee beans, let's see, is that what I want? Multiple coffee beans? So let's make them look something like, something like that. And a bean in there. I can see what she says. She doesn't know what to carve away because there's different values. Let's make a rounder one in here. There's different values of your coffee beans. So I would, in order to achieve those values, I would do that with line art, I think. Let's see. What I mean is, let's try just drawing it on here. Let's draw a coffee bean on here. Mine may not be a perfect one because I'm doing this on the fly. But let's call this a coffee bean. And let's kind of make it like that. And let's get another one going this way. It just depends on whether you want them all split or if you want to put some whole ones in there that not, like some of these in here are not split open yet and they're black. So my reaction would be to make them all split. Otherwise, they'll look like rocks. And let's just draw. I think I would have tried to achieve the values, maybe carve away this parts in here. You want to leave maybe, well, let's just, before I say it, let's draw it out here before I say anything. I might be goofing up. Let's grab another coffee bean here. Where am I going to go? Let's go over in here. Let's do that round one right down there. We'll do him in here. Drawing him's not the issue. It's carving him. She needs to know what to carve out to make it look like a coffee bean. And right now, I'm thinking to carve out the inner parts in here, the shapes, and leave the bean part, but then all you have is a bunch of little white, so I would kind of come in with maybe lines, little lines maybe, but we'll have to see when I get carving. Now you got me carving a coffee bean stamp. You know what? I might write the word. Can I get it this? Let's put the word coffee in here. Let's do that just for the fun of it. Can I take my, let's see if I can redo this. I don't know what you're doing, but I think I want to put the word coffee. Oh, it comes off here pretty good. Wipes off of this vinyl eraser. The ink wipes off pretty good. It's going to be curious. I'm going to be curious to see how this carves. This is a vinyl eraser. This is not polymer. Maybe get that a little drier. Let's write the word coffee here. See if I can carve it out. Make it bigger. C-O. Ooh, that's going to be kind of hard to carve. But it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going for perfection. We've got our coffee bean there, so we need to put, now let's finish this. C-O-F. Make that C a little bigger. E. Yeah. Maybe that now. E. And I don't know. Let's do a bitter bean in here. This way, maybe. Does these look like coffee beans? I don't know. Now, the question is, what are you going to leave and what are you going to carve? I think that's what Linda's asking. She doesn't know what to carve away. So I'm going to leave the word coffee where I darken these in. I'm going to carve around the letters. I know that for sure. So all of this in here, this white space will be carved away. I think I'm going to carve away. Here I'm leaving the black space, the words where I'm darkening it in. I'm leaving this, the words. I'm carving out the negative space. Over here, the white space is going to be left, and I'm going to carve out the black space. And I'm trying to achieve since you're stamping, you're going to get one value. You're going to get black and white unless and then if you want colors, you can maybe come in and watercolor them to achieve a brown color or something. But here, I'm going to carve away all the dark. So what am I going to do in here? Let's see. These should really be white, but the reason I made them dark is because it's hard for me to draw outline letters on here, if that makes any sense. So let's just go ahead and carve, and let's see what happens here. Let me go back to chat. Kim, Mary's words needs to be backwards. Yes, they do. Thank you for saying that. Lucky for me. Thank you for reminding me, Kim. Thank you, Linda. Lucky for me, this will clean off pretty easy. My towel's dirty. Lucky for me, we can put the words backwards. Yeah. Lucky for me, this will clean up pretty good. Probably needed to clean them up anyway. Yeah. Let's see if I can't get in here with my dirty towel. I was cleaning up my desktop yesterday. Letters need to be backwards, Mary. Letters need to be backwards. I was cleaning up my desktop yesterday, and this whole thing was full of water. I was doing that dripping it, and I dripped too much water on it. All right, let's throw that towel away. It's got its use. Let's get out another one here. I think that I'm pretty much... All right, let's make the words backwards. The letters backwards. We'll probably need to do them a little better anyway. C... If I can do them backwards. O... F... F... We're going to have to run into my coffee bean there. E... That's too... I'm going to do this again. Those letters are too big for me. I want to save my coffee bean. Let's clean it up a little more. This is why you do a pattern first and transfer it. I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. Luckily, I like these vinyl erasers, so I can get that ink off pretty good. I can get that ink off pretty good with my... All right, let's make my letters just a little smaller. C... O... F... That's why I make them black, because when I start trying to outline them, it gets hard to draw them on here. It's hard to carve, hand carve letters. For me, anyway. Maybe I'm just not that good yet. E. See if I can straighten them up a little. Put another E out here. All right. I'm still kind of messing up this bean. I think I'll draw the bean smaller. Put that line in there. Moving that one there. Maybe just put a... Alrighty. Straighten these up a little bit more so they're all on the same plane. All right, let's get my carving tools. They're just right over here. I was using them to carve out that. Yeah. Let's see what this looks like. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to carve around my word and leave the actual letter that's dark here. But here, I'm going to carve around where I've darkened in. Here I'm leaving the dark. Here I'm going to carve out the dark. And this actual white space will come in there. Let's see if if they actually look like coffee beans by the time I get done. Linda's is probably way better than mine. It doesn't matter who's better, Mary. It doesn't matter who's better. All right. Let's put this back on. I hope I'm helping her just by doing this. She's watching me flounder around here. Get my chair up here. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Let's start out by carving around the letters. And where's my ink? Did I put it back in? What did I do with my ink? Did I put it in here? No. I want my ink pad. Yeah. And I had it when I was stamping. Let's put my glue brush in the water. Put my glue away. Honestly, Mary. I don't know how you survive. Where's my palette knife? Where's my glue? And my ink. There, and there's my distress ink. Here it is. I want that out. Well, that's not my, that's blue. We've got blue and red. I lose things in 3 feet of space. 3 feet of space and it's gone. Here it is. There. Black. I wanted my black ink. All right, let's put this here. Move this. That there. All right, we're going to carve. I'm going to carve out the word first. And I'm just going to carve around it. Hopefully. And I don't know how this carves, if it's going to carve as nice as the polymer. Feels a little bit stiffer, but let's carve in here. It feels a little stiffer, but it's not too bad. It's a little more stiff. It's a little stiffer than the polymer. So what I'm doing is carving around the bean. What I'm doing is carving around the bean. And then I'll carve out that line in here. And we kind of want it jaggedy, sort of. We'll see how it looks. This, I'm not saying that this is the only way to do this. This is me experimenting along with Linda. Help, what do you carve out? Yeah, I don't know, Linda. Let's see. We'll see how mine turns out. I wanted to carve on these erasers today anyway. You just gave me something to carve. Let's carve around in here. Let's make this more round. Hi, Josie. Welcome. Josie's our Italian lady from Italy. Welcome, Josie. I'm trying to carve a coffee bean stamp. We will see how this turns out, Linda. So I am carving around the bean and kind of the little center portion lines, carving them out. The thing with the stamp is that you're only going to get black and white, or your value, whatever color ink that you're using. So if you want a values, you might have to go in like with watercolor or colored pencil or something to get a different value as far as, like if I were doing brown coffee beans, or I might add some yellow to make them look a little golden or something like that. In other words, color it. We'll see. Here. We will see how mine turns out. So I'm going to carve this little center area out. And this is negative space down here. I think the vinyl is a little bit harder to carve, but it still carves nice. It's not like cutting through butter. It's more like cutting through rubber, a stiff rubber. But it still carves nice. I do have a sharper blade in this. I put in a new blade in my red one here, which is the smallest one. So my blade is sharp. It isn't that I have a dull blade. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here or not. But in order to get this look like a coffee bean, I'm going to carve out the center here, kind of, I think. And then I'm going to come back and add these little scratchy lines in here, maybe. And we'll see how it stamps out. See if that actually is going to result in a stamp that looks like a coffee bean. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is just a little bit more stiff than the Pentel erasers. The high polymer, I think, is a little softer to carve, but this does. Now, I think Dee Dee has always said if you can get white erasers, they're better to carve on. They're not quite as crumbly. This is a vinyl eraser. They call this a vinyl. Let's see if I can carve out some of this that I'm saying that I want. Kind of give it some rough areas in here. Let's go back into here and kind of rough up the center a little. And let's do this area down in here. Let's do, of course, the word I was going to do first, so here I am doing it last. Yeah. So I guess in response to your question, Linda, my first reaction was to leave the bean and carve out lines for the center here. But we'll see how it looks in the end. Let's see how it looks. Let's go ahead and carve, see if I can't carve my letter out here. Not going to be perfect as far as lettering goes. But I want the word coffee. Yeah. It's pretty hard to get exactly what I want. Letters are hard to carve, if you ask me. Because you got to get on all the little detail, the little centers. And when you're making a word, you put them all together, and they're pretty hard to carve a word. It's pretty hard to carve a word. And get it looking nice. They look very much hand printed. They aren't going to look like they've been typed on there, that's for sure. There's another F in here. Let's see how that carves out. Let's do the E's. I might have to come in and clean the space up in my letters, but we'll see how they look first. Okay. Now let's do a stamp off and see how it looks, and we might have to clean it up a little. Oops. I didn't put anybody in. Yeah, I don't know how easy I actually make it. Let's do some stamp offs in my journal and see what's going on here with it. Let's move this over here or I'm going to be knocking it off on the floor. Alrighty. I got things here I need to put away. Let's have a cup of coffee. My coffee's all cold now. It was the very last of my coffee. I have to get coffee today. We couldn't get it yesterday. The store that we went to, I don't like buying my coffee there. I think they charge too much for it. So I go to Walmart and buy my coffee. Let's do a stamp off. Let's do a stamp off maybe here. Or maybe over here. Maybe right in here. We'll have to do some cleanup for sure, but I'll bring my book down a little so you can see. Now remember, I'm stamping in my journal, so I'm not going to get an even surface to stamp on. I like how thick this eraser is, and it's a little stiffer. Gunk on my fingers here. Glue. Oh. I need to clean up my, I wanted that actually to go this way. But let's do a little cleanup in here. We'll have to do some cleanup. And then I'll stamp it. I stamped it upside down. So what I want to clean up, I think I like my beans pretty good. I do a little cleanup in here, maybe round this off. I don't know. I might leave that. Clean up in here, maybe a little cleanup in there. Well, might leave this too. These are questionable. I kind of like those areas. We need to clean up around the letters in there. So, how am I doing here? Let's see. I kind of like that area, and I kind of like this area. This is right here. Now, I really like how the ink came off of that vinyl. That ink in here, it's still on there pretty good, but the ink really came off good here. I like that. So it's this area that I need to carve out here around my C. It's a little harder to carve the vinyl. It's a little stiff. But that could be a good thing. Kind of go slower, making sure you get all these little spots out here. Yeah. I don't know. We will see. We will see. A little hard to round that off. It's a little hard to round it, this vinyl. I'm nicking it there. I wanted to round it off, but it's nicking it. A little better. Now let's clean up these letters. Clean up the E here. Oops. I don't know. That might be a bad thing. Leave it as it is, Mary. Come in this way. If I can, I'll get that center spot in there. Letters are not easy to do, for me anyway. Writing, written script letters are even harder. Block letters are hard enough. Script letters are really hard because you got all those curves. Can't see what I'm doing there. Clean it up in there. Get a hold of that little teeny piece right in there. Curves are hard to cut on this vinyl. I have to practice my curves, practice my ABCs. Now, I'm liking this area, but I'm not really liking this. I'm not liking how it comes to a point in there. And maybe I need to enhance these lines a little bit more. Maybe they can look a little bit more like a coffee bean in here, a little scraggly. Clean this up. Clean this up. I'm right in here, and it's this line here. I think I'm going to carve it out. Carve it rounded in there. Trying to make it squiggly in there. Let's clean this up a little. I have to say, I do think it's easier to do the cleanup carves on this, except for the letters. The letters are kind of weird. The letters are kind of weird. Curve it a little bit more there. Let's curve it just a teeny bit there if I can. I don't want to mess it up. Now, this one's still bothering me. He needs a little bit more. Maybe go that way. Clean this up. But this doesn't bother me. I carved away that, I think. And so maybe I'll give it some little nicks in here. We'll make this a little rounder on the end here. I don't think coffee beans are so sharp edged. They're kind of round in there. If I can carve it away. Okay, let's stamp it off and see what I have. I might have to fix that area yet. I'm debating. I kind of like it. But let's go ahead and stamp it off. Stamp it right this time. Let's see what I have. For impression 2. This is the first impression. Oh, much better. Much better. I still have some cleaning up to do. Little cleanups in here. Cleanups of my letters are hard to carve, I have to say. I got little nicky clean. I'm still debating about this line. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to take it away. Kind of clean up in here. Clean up in there. Let's try it again. Let's cover my ink. Let's clean a little of this up. Little nicky things. Which are probably always going to happen for me. Get that out of there or not. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hi, Jennifer. I'm carving a coffee bean stamp for Linda. Or not for Linda. Linda had a question about what to leave and what to take. So I'm carving a coffee. My word coffee isn't so great, but Let's see. Jennifer, Laura here is here. Hi, Nancy. Artsy wannabe Nancy. My friend's name is Elle. She's a wonderful photographer and takes super photos of the ocean. You're on the coast with a great view of the Atlantic. Oh, how cool is that? We're spreading cheer every place. Those Dutch people are all over the place. I live in Maine on the North New Hampshire border. I have a neighbor who's from the Netherlands. She rents an apartment there and goes to visit the friends often. So she's talking to Linda about the Netherlands. Hi, Ruth. Good morning, Ruth. Nancy says, hello, Linda. I can't do the Dutch greeting. Hello, Linda. I can say hello. I do love the Dutch chocolate and remember jumping double Dutch when I jumped rope. Hope to see you beat your beans. Yeah, Linda's probably doing a really good job with her coffee beans. I hope to see them too, Linda. Let's see. Try, Linda. You only fail if you don't try. Yeah, that's true. It's failing and standing up again. I think mine would be more cartoonish flat, if you know what I mean. Yeah, in order to get it's kind of hard to get um, to look at dimensional. I think you're going to have to kind of achieve that, maybe even with your stamping. If you get an imperfect stamp like I did up in here, that leaves some value tones in there, which makes it looks a little more dimensional. This one right here that I'm pointing to with my, so when you get a really good clear stamp like this, it looks more, dark and light value. So I think, too, maybe roughing it up a little like I did in these jaggedy lines and trying to curve them. But I understand what you're saying. So let's see what else is going on in here. Come on, Flip. They're saying good morning to Jennifer. I lost the. Hi, Carol. Good morning. Whispering Cauldron. Oops, upside down. Yeah, I got it upside down. Josie says she's finally moving back into her craft room. Very cool, Josie. Josie, I think, retiled, if I remember. Had to pull everything out. I don't know how easy I make carving. I think I'd struggle along with everybody else. I just keep struggling. I'm trying to clean up all these dirty spaces. I don't like how my F's look in here. They look kind of jaggedy, but it's really hard to get all that stuff cleaned out in such a tiny space. This is a vinyl eraser that I'm carving on. Let's see. I'm going to try to maybe put in some more little scratches in here. I have to look at my beans a little bit more. Let's clean this out. And I have to tell you, carve one and you get the experience of carving it, and your second and third ones are always better. They're going to, sometimes they say, Mary, you're going to carve it again. Yeah, I didn't like the first one. Let's give this a little scratchiness in here. To kind of make them look dimensional, I think you can add some little nick scratches. I don't know, but that's what I'm doing. Kind of rough it up a little here. And these F's, it's really hard to get the clean line in there. That's went pretty good. On that E, this E is a disaster. It's just sometimes keep working at it, and if you mess up the stamp, yeah, it's just an eraser. At Speedy Carves kind of expensive, but this is just an eraser. Trying to clean up my F here. Clean this one up a little bit more if I can. Out of there. In between. Clean up that O a little. See, I wish I could make pretty curves, but it's not happening. Once you make that initial line, it's pretty hard to clean it up. Some of these spots out of here. I'm still not sure about this area. I'm liking it, but I'm not in there. I think I'm going to carve it out. It's gone now, or it's going bye-bye. Can't go back and change it. Okay, let's do another stamp off. See if I've improved it any. Let's move it away from the others a little. Mine looked a little cartoonish too, I think. Look, I've got ink here in the corner. I can see right now I don't want that on there. That E is killing me here. scrape in here, rough it up. Like a coffee bean. I think you're going to have to give dimension to it by kind of scratching into the lines a little. I don't know, but that's my thought. That's what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and stamp it again. That's a little better. Didn't get so much on there, but still needs a little work. It looks like potatoes. Where's Mark? That looks like a potato to me. That looks a little better. My lettering's not perfect. I need to work on lettering. I wanted to know how this vinyl would carve anyway. Now I think I need to go back and look at my picture here. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. What size erasers are you looking for, Nancy? When I go to the bigger Dollar Tree, I can pick you up some. Just pay shipping. What state are you in? That's a nice offer, Jennifer. Nancy says, no Blick here, but I do have a big catalog. Yeah. There's a Blick downtown, but too expensive. Yeah. You'd think there would be more art supplies and Dollar Trees down in Savannah. It's all South Carolina AD students. Nancy says she'd like to try a big flower. Oh, wait, I got this at the dollar store, Linda says. It says big mistakes. Oh, yeah, one of those big erasers. I know which one you're talking about. I've seen that eraser for big mistakes. All right, I want to go look at my coffee beans again here. See, the coffee beans themselves kind of they look a little more dimensional in here. And if you could do a rubbing of these, you could see the rough parts on there. So I think what I want to do, this one almost looks like a flying saucer. I think what I want to do is kind of come in here and kind of giving them more of a, I don't know, N shape here. They're kind of cracked in the center is what I'm trying to say, I guess. They're kind of cracked on the sides. They're not a perfect shape. Nick them down a little in here. Getting all those little, and my lettering is horrible, but it is what it is in such a small space. Just when I think I have it, it's not. That little part of the F out there. Coffee, 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 coffee. There we go. That's probably, just clean up work here. It never ends. And I think that's just a part of our stamping, because I I get that ink pad down onto my negative area. May not work. Come on. See, I kind of like that area in there. And I kind of like this area. I think that's probably about as good as I'm going to get it. Let's go out one. Oops, didn't get it inked up very well there. No, I don't know about it. I don't know about that now. You round him off, make him look more like a bean than a hamburger. A hamburger bun. Well, they kind of look like hamburger buns in a way. Still, the more I carve away on this, I think I press down on it when I'm inking it up. I don't think carving this away is going to help much, because when I ink up my pad, I press down on this negative area, and that's what gets it so darn dirty. Darn dirty. I could keep carving completely away. I'm working on this area right in there. I'm pretty happy with, well, that's still kind of yucky. I don't know what I want to do to it, though. I'll just leave it. So that's my attempt at the coffee beans, Linda. That's how I would carve the coffee beans. I'm not so happy with the lettering. Let's write on here. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I don't know if I helped her any. I just went and carved a stamp. Number 6, number 7, number 8. Most of all of this was cleanup. This is the final. And this is a coffee bean stamp. And today is July the 18th or 17th? July the 18th. I guess I'm okay with him in the long run. Lettering needs to be improved, but I can't improve it anymore. And it's kind of hard to carve the lettering in so close together. And I've never really carved on these vinyl erasers before. So let's go back to my squirrel page, wherever that was. See what he's doing in here, how he's doing. I think he's down here. I'm pretty happy with, let's zoom out. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah. Now put this over here. Put my carving tools back in the box. I don't know if I was any help, Linda, but that's how I would carve it if I was carving. And I'd probably carve it again, maybe a little bit bigger. You might be able to, but honestly, you'd probably put more beans on it if you were carving it bigger, because the beans are about the right size. Oh, well. Let's see. I got a pocket in here. I wanted to write my quote on here. Susan, are you still in here? What was that quote? God makes the beans, but he doesn't crack them. It says big mistake. Let's see. Hi, Jennifer. I never seem to find those neat erasers at the Dollar Tree. I don't find them either, Nancy. Those big erasers, they're not at our Dollar Tree either. Oh, it's a dollar store she got it. You think there'd be more art supplies. There's a Blick downtown, but they're expensive. Thank you, Linda. I hope it gave you some ideas. It is what it is. That's how I'd carve it. Hi, Azure. Good morning. Linda says, okay, Azure, I just transferred my image to the eraser. Now I need to carve it. Nerve-wracking. I'm back from lunch. Thanks for the offer, Jennifer. For now, I'll just keep looking. Linda, you're being nice to me. I got a lot of improving to do, but that's why you buy erasers and carve. Yeah, Azure says, carve it, Linda. You will surprise yourself. There you go. I agree with Azure. I don't think Susan is in here. I think the quote she said, let's see if I can find that quote on my, see if I can find it. God sends the nuts, but he doesn't crack them. But he does not crack them. Here it is. God gives the nuts, but he does not crack them. God gives the nuts, but he doesn't crack them. That's the quote I want to put on this page. God gives the nuts. I have to chuckle because God makes all kinds of nutty nuts. God gives the nuts, but he does not That's our job, is to crack them. Crack them. And I think that quote guy who said that on this on mine was Frank France. Um, yeah, a pen here. Probably dried out. France. Yeah, I left the cap off of it. FRANZK. These are running dry too. But these are running dry because I used them. FKA. All right. So I like how my sunflowers turned out here. So let's get my scissors out here and cut this spot off. Do I want to put it in like this? Or do I want to cut it here? See, this was a mistake. I cut it wrong. So I'm just going to put it in here like that. Put this one here. Now, let me grab my black pen. Kind of border this. This is how I use up all that ink. I like these markers though. I like my markers. This is the inside of it. I think Becky did this envelope. This is the back of it. I'll just make it look very rough in here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Aries doesn't go for perfection. And come on this way. I got 4 of them. Really, I should just take and put one in like that. Maybe these. You know, this one I should bobby pin in someplace, but let's just put it there. So what did I do this morning? I worked on my ATCs. I carved that stamp. This is going off the edge, so I think I'll just let it go. I worked on this page. I filled my fine liner. Let's take a piece of tape here. I think what I want to do I think what I want to do on these is outline these. I should be doing these on something like this towel or something so that I don't mess up my page. Do that one. I don't know. Like that? I kind of like that. Put that one there and these in here. Alrighty. So I'm going to put this one up here. I think I like it up there. It's going to get hot today. They got heat warnings out again. Yeah. Where's my... this right in here. And I think I'll put this one here. Needs a little more enhancing in here. I want to go to, there's a plumbing place in Hastings. And I think I'm going to call and see if they have. And Rosemary said that in the stream the other day, she said that in the hangout, she said that Home Depot has plumber's gasket on a row. So I want to try carving on some of that plumber's gasket that Vicki Ross was doing a puzzle with. Put this one right here. This I'm just going to leave like that, I think. I don't know. I might have to repair it a little bit better on the back. I don't have good tape out here. And I'm just going to fit that down in there. Okay, dokie. So, what have I done? I carved my stamp. I worked on my ATCs. All I got left to do here, I think I'm going to, I got to put some more labels. For some reason, that white paper is not printing off in my label maker. I think it's the label because my clear was doing fine. I'm going to put the word nuts on here, just nuts. That's a quote, a World War quote from some commander who, I think he had to surrender to the Germans, and he said nuts. Yeah. And then I'm going to get a little brass charm. I'm hoping to get an acorn charm, but I don't know. I'll not be able to find them. I can find them pretty cheap at this little quilt store. And I've stamped on the back, and all I have to do is go in and document on the back. So that's kind of what I've done this morning. Let's stamp off just for the fun of it. Let's find one here where I can stamp off on. I still have Pocket Pals and Pocket Pals and Scrap Man to do. I'm working on them. Really, I am. Let's see if I can stamp just for the fun of it with this distress. Let's do a little distress and a little black. Let's play with this. A little distress on here first and then a little black. See if I can't get some multicolor on there. May not be able to, but let's see what happens. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I got ink marks on it and everything, but that's I'm kind of happy with that. My lettering's not the best, but that's what it is. Whoa, what a mess. So, I did ATCs. I worked on my sunflower page here, my sunflowers and my squirrel page. I worked on my ATCs and I carved a coffee stamp this morning. That was a productive morning, let me tell you. Yes, it was. Susan, if you're still here, my partner just found a raccoon in the groundhog. Have a heart trap. Oh dear, Laura. Hi, Colleen. Mary is always a busy bee. I wish I had 1/4 of her energy. Well, you do a lot, Azure. Let me tell you, Azure sent me some gifts of those little fun faces we were doing last Friday night. You did an excellent job on those, Azure. Scrap Chick. Colleen says, let him go, Jersey. Jersey has, oh, of course, Colleen. That's why it has a heart. Yeah, Azure, those were really, you did an excellent job on those. I really liked them. Do you post on like Instagram or anything, Azure? Are you on Instagram? You need to be showing people more of your artwork. You do such good artwork. Azure says, my sister has a groundhog eating her plants. Colleen says, oh, good. She's going to let the little groundhog go. Oh, a raccoon. She's going to let the raccoon go. They found the raccoon and the groundhog have a heart trap. I got more to do. That's the problem. I get sidetracked on things. I have all my little pocket pals. I could be out here until 1 o'clock this morning and still be working on pocket pals and scrap mans. I got to work on those. She can't find her knives to carve, Linda says. That would be fun to mess around with. I could use a case of them big ones. I found the big mistake erasers, but the Star Wars circle erasers aren't on their site. Hi, Cheshire. Is she still in here? Hi, Cheshire. Welcome, welcome, if you're here listening. Thank you. Thank you, Janet. Cheshire says, good morning. Azure says, you can order those at thedollartree.com, but all you have to order them by the case, and you get free shipping to your local store. By the case. That sounds like something Mary would do. Oh, dear. Well, thank you all for coming in this morning. I think Susan probably left. She was here earlier. I don't expect everybody to stay the whole time. She left about, let's see, her last comment was, I think she left when I started carving. It's way back here. Jacqueline Cyrus came in. I don't know, she might be listening. If you're listening, Jacqueline, good morning. Thanks for coming. Yeah, letters are hard. I need to practice my letters. That's what we buy these erasers for. I just need to practice some words. Yeah, I'm where they told me that the letters are backwards. And Kim goes, whoo, we caught her in time. No. Letters need to be mirrored. Yeah, they caught me. They caught me putting my letters on wrong. All right. Thank you, Linda. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow morning because I will be going live tomorrow night at 7:30. It just depends on how I feel. I've got so much to do. I might do a marathon this weekend. If I do, I'll do it after my stream on Friday night. That seems to work for me. And I need to paint snow globes. So if I do a Mary stream, I'll probably do the snow globes. And poor Anne, she's been waiting all year for her snow globe. And so has Barb. Barb's I have done. I just haven't mailed it out. But I got so much to do. And I keep getting more stuff to do. Pin is off tomorrow, Linda says, and the weekend, so we're going to hang out. Oh, cool, Linda. Very cool. I'll watch for your hangout. Okay, everybody have a great day. I have errands to run today. I've got to get out there and water my flowers before it gets too hot. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And if you have some time, do some art. Bye. Oh, Linda said an in-person hangout. Does that mean you're going to get together physically, Linda? I'm not sure what she means there. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.